Good evening. Tonight's recipe is KD. You might ask yourselves why I'm doing something so simple. Well, somebody at work, the subject of KD came up, and they said they always had trouble with theirs, and they asked me if I would show them how I did it, because mine comes out every time. Okay, so for this, you're going to need a big pot of water. I think this is around 6 or 8 quarts, I'm not sure. Get that to it. You need about 3/4 full. I've got that coming to a boil now. You're going to need some milk. You're going to need some butter, and I've got a family size KD, which is the equivalent of 2 regular packages. Okay, so you wait till the water is at a full boil. Steam coming out there. Okay, I got my package open. I took the sauce mix out. It's on the side. Dump it all in, all at once. I do not salt the water. Now, it's very important at the beginning that you get something to stir it with, like this. These things are a couple of bucks at the store. It's really worth having one of these. I prefer plastic to metal. It doesn't scratch the pans as much. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that this unsticks. Now, do not cover the pot, okay? If you cover the pot at this point, when it reboils, it's going to go all over the stove, and you're going to have a huge mess, okay? Okay, it's been a few minutes. Now, one thing that's important for this to come out properly is you do have to check it every few minutes, okay? This is a visual method. So right now, it's hardly started to cook at all. You can see they're about the same size. And what I'll do is I'll come back every 2 minutes or so and show you how big it has to get before it's ready. Okay, so it's been about another 4 minutes. So the box says 8 or 9 minutes. It's been around 8 minutes so far. It's looking pretty good. Now, you don't want it to get that much larger than this, because if it gets too much bigger than this, the pasta is going to get really mushy, and it's not going to come out properly. So what I do is I get a few of them, and I go to the sink, and I pass this under cold water, so I don't burn myself. And you pick a couple of these off, okay? So when the KD is al dente, that they call it, that it's fully cooked, but it still feels a bit firm, that's when you want to take it out, okay? And it's just there right now. So what I've got, a strainer in the sink, and I'm going to dump it in the strainer and let it drain completely. Okay, so the Kraft Dinner is in the sink, okay? I've got the pot back on the stove. The heat is now turned off, but you want the pot to stay warm. Now, they give their measurements on the box, and if you eyeball it, basically get a tablespoon and eyeball it, and about that much, maybe a bit more butter, okay? So basically a heaping tablespoon of butter. You can see that. Put that in. Okay? Now the milk, I don't actually strictly measure the milk. This is an eyeball, and I'll get it so you can just see it. Okay? Basically just pour it up quick and then go back. That's enough. Alright? So, what's going to happen is you've got the butter melting with the milk. Visually that looks like anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 cup, so let's say 1/3 of a cup. Okay? I know the box says to put more milk, but it doesn't come out good that way, and if you put too much you can't take it out after. Okay, so it's drained completely in the sink. I got my colander. I'm going to ditch all that in here. Okay? Now, if you notice, the pasta looks a little bigger, okay? The reason for that is when you took it out, okay, it does keep cooking slightly, so that's why you have to catch it early if you want it to come out properly. So now, you got the milk and butter at the bottom. Get your cheese powder or sauce or whatever the heck you want to call it. Ditch that all in. Get your stirring thing, okay, turn it over. Okay, so what you do is you just stir it, pick it up, and turn it over like you see me doing here. Okay? Basically until all the cheese powder has been picked up. Now, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, there's creamy sauce at the bottom, but it's not mushy and it's not runny. Okay, so the last step for this is you leave it off the heat. You take your lid and you put the lid back on. A couple of minutes. Basically, you time this just so that your dinner's ready to put on the table, whatever you're making that's going to go with this. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll take a look at it. Okay, it's been a few minutes now. So we'll take the lid off, get out our scooper here. Now take a look at that, alright? I don't know about you, maybe you like it different, but this is the way I like Kraft Dinner. And it's cooked perfectly, the sauce is nice, it's not runny. It's got a nice texture to it. Okay, and if you do want it not as clumpy as this, then all you have to do is just add a little bit more milk after the powder has been completely stirred in. But I would do it like a tablespoon at a time, because like I said before, what goes in cannot come out after, and if you put too much, well, you'll just end up with wrecked. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.